Well, remember the turn I said this great season was about to take. Here we go. The Scoobies are having a quiet night at home while Buffy is out beating the snot out of her new boyfriend's team of muscled military types. Riley is proud, but clearly Buffy's power makes Walsh uneasy, a nuke that she doesn't have the keys to.
Awesome, Buffy.
Also, I did want to acknowledge the unsung hero of this season, Graham. As douchey as Forrest is and milquetoast as Riley can be, Graham just seems like a calm, stand-up guy. And him complimenting Buffy in this scene made me really like him. Willow reminds Buffy of plans that night at the Bronze. We get the sense that they haven't been seeing that much of each other lately, and I kind of love that too. The portrayal of how one of your friends gets a new significant other and you kind of sort of stop seeing them for a while. I have both witnessed that and been guilty of it. Riley brings Buffy to the man cave where she witnesses a few demons being reconditioned. Walsh gives Buffy a key to the kingdom and a pager. Man, this episode is pretty slow at this point. But like finding water in the desert, across town a pair I actually care about are hanging out. Tara gives Willow a crystal of her grandmother's. Tara invites Willow over, but Willow has plans with Buffy that evening at the Bronze. She doesn't invite Tara to go along. Amber Benson has such specific tics as Tara that I love. When she looks down, I feel her shyness in my body. I love her performance. Walsh opens a hidden door marked 314.
They're scared. There's something called 314's got them scared most of all.
She and another scientist discuss the risks that Buffy poses along with some experiment they have going on. After Willow didn't invite Tara, Buffy shows up at the Bronze with her bow and all his bros. Willow pleads for caution, but Team Riley gets beeped out on a mission. At the briefing, the science team says they aren't allowed to damage the demon's arms, and the wheel that is the Buffster squeaks relentlessly. I love this shot of Buffy and her rassy-sassy outfit surrounded by the military men in mouse suits. If ever there was a single image that touched on some of the season's themes, this might be it. The episode's title, The Iron Team, is a reference to the old saying, "There is no I in team," referring to the need of a team to forego individual interests to be successful. Buffy, obviously, is the I. There is a cool reflection of the Scoobies' metaphorical relationship to her. Buffy has been ignoring the concerns of her metaphorical heart, mind, and spirit for the past few episodes. Things usually end up well when that happens.
2 of our hostiles broke free and escaped into the tunnels. She went after them on her own. She's dead, Riley.
Out on patrol, Forrest's crush on Riley has turned sour grapes.
It just isn't right. Always been Riley's second in command. Instead, he picks a girl.
As he complains relentlessly about Riley's new girlfriend. I tend to believe that Forrest has secretly been in love with Riley the whole time.
Buffy. She's pretty cool, isn't she?
Yes, already. She's cool. She's hot. She's tepid. She's all temperature Buffy. Now, can we concentrate on the game here?
And when the machismo turned up to 11...
These go to 11.
...was just him compensating for his insecurity over his own sexuality.
You know, I hate to say it, but they're probably on their way to make crazy naked sex.
Is that necessary?
Look, I'm protecting you, buddy.
There is no concrete evidence to support that theory one way or another, and it's probably much more likely that he's just written a little one-dimensionally. But the sexy male unrequited love reading
Thank God we're pretty.
is so much more interesting to me than Forrest just being Forrest. Hashtag bring your own subtext. Buffy and Riley find the baddie. As they lunge for it, the shots drop into slow motion, and we get a bizarre little montage of them fighting together in sync and having sex for the first time. This confirms the visual metaphor of their dissonant fighting in Hush and what that meant about their relationship to that point. The music here is also very unusual for the show. I can't quite remember another piece of music just like it. It's a pulsating bit of electronica that feels both sexy and wrong and unnerving. I dig it. The editing is also really interesting. I love how it plays with time and culminates after we've already been watching them have sex, with Buffy asking,
"What do you want to do now?"
Really creative, though I needed a bit of brain bleach after seeing Riley's sex face. And then the camera pans around and we get the reason why maybe the music was so haunting and unsure of itself, as we see Walsh watching them have sex, a creepy and unnerving reinforcement of the panopticon idea. Spike has been tracker tagged by the Initiative and flees to Giles. The Scooby Gang agrees to help him. Buffy wakes up in bed and quickly turns to see if she's alone.
Hey.
I give Riley a lot of points in this moment, but it's because we've been with Buffy through a number of horrible relationships already, and such accumulated empathy for her bruised heart. Hilarious, though, that Buffy's love life has lowered the bar to the point where just not being a turd wins you points. Maybe a bit of a reference to the fact that Riley has a touch of the nice guy problem. Riley has an alarm to remind him to take his vitamins, a hint at how he and the Initiative can keep up with Buffy without her accidentally killing them.
I am how they train me.
Walsh sends Riley out after Spike, and we see she's using monster parts to build Adam. Willow and Buffy both return to the dorm room after having not stayed there overnight. Buffy is doing the walk of shame from Riley's. Willow was out all night with Tara. Walsh sends Buffy on a mission, and Willow helps the team save Spike from the tracker. This is an unusually slapstick joke for the show, but I love the little detail of Willow using Tara's crystal. In the sewers, Buffy realizes Walsh has sent her into a trap with a gun that doesn't work. Walsh is watching from a camera and sees Buffy's heart rate monitor drop to 0. She looks around her guiltily in what is her character's most human moment since...
I like her.
Really?
Riley returns to the nest, and as Walsh tries to lie to Riley about Buffy...
Professor Walsh, if you think that's enough to kill me, you really don't know what a slayer is. Trust me when I say you're gonna find out.
Riley leaves, Maggie monologues to her Frankenstein, who wakes up and kills her in a genuinely shocking but unexplained moment. Why did he wake up right then? It's difficult to comment on the first episode in a two-parter, so I'll save most of my comments for the next video. But somehow this episode feels both slow and gives me whiplash at the same time. The season arc had been limping along for 12 episodes so far, but here jumps to a sprint. The mad scientist developments with Walsh are way too fast. Meanwhile, the gang's chemistry feels like it's going in slow motion, which is appropriate for current subplots, but has the effect of making the episode feel at odds with itself. There's a reason. We'll get into it in the next.
Riley. Make me proud.